Hi everybody, Frankie here. As you may know, I had a cycling accident yesterday. And one of the things to keep in mind when you have an accident is that there can be a lot of adrenaline going. Sometimes you're not thinking clearly. Sometimes you have a hit to the head. So it is important to be able to reassess when some of that initial rush is gone. And one of the things that I did when I got home last night was I took a look at my helmet. So I went and I looked at my helmet, and it's a little hard to see because it's a white helmet, but there is a dent scrape right in there. So what happened was you can see, and the scrapes actually extend all the way along there, all the way to here. So from there to there, there was contact between my head and the ground. And this was in between my head and the ground. Importantly then, to look at on the inside. So there's that scrape, there's the crack. So always inspect your helmets after a fall, even if you do not think that you hit your head. Inspect your helmets regularly, even if you don't have a fall, because helmets can fall off shelves onto the floor. They can get banged on things. So it is important just to keep an eye on your helmet and to ensure that the integrity of your helmet is still good, because it is protecting your skull. Something that is really important to remember is that helmets do not prevent brain injury. I'll say that again. Helmets do not prevent brain injury. What helmets do is they keep your skull intact, more or less. But the idea is to keep the skull closed, so you don't have your brain, cerebral spinal fluid, all of the goodies in there spilling out onto the pavement. A brain injury can still occur because when you have an impact on the skull, the brain is soft and gooey. The skull is hard. There are layers, and there's cerebral spinal fluid, so there is some cushioning, but the brain can still move or hit the hard surface that is the skull on the inside. So what the aim is with wearing a helmet is to reduce some of the danger of having a fractured skull, having a skull that opens up so all the things inside become on the outside, in very basic terms. So please wear your helmet. Even if you're not going to ride very far or for very long, you're like, look, I'm not going to go very fast. Does not matter. It doesn't take much. Even if you are the best cyclist in the world, please wear your helmet. Because it doesn't always have to do with you. It can do with other things. When I had my bad cycling accident in 2018, in part it was because there was a wall of cyclists taking over a ton of the road coming towards me as I came around a really sharp turn. And then with this one, there was a thick tree branch on the ground. I don't want to, this big. It was about that wide. And so I rolled over in arrow on top of this tree branch, and it just threw off my balance. And I ended up kind of thinking about like a motorcycle slide, ended up sliding down the ground, attached to my bike. So please wear a helmet. Please inspect your helmet. And please remember that brain injury is still possible even when you're wearing head protection. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Maybe there's somebody else who needs to know this. And I'll see you all again soon. Bye.